Es geht weiter hier bei Dingsterbumster, Outer Worlds. Müssen einfach wieder zurück, ne? Stellar Bay. Kaffee Rührer dabei, ne? Lecker Kaffee muss ja sein.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Da.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation.
And the dissemination of the proper ideals and information to those in the highest echelon of society.
On the contrary, I would say good documentation is for everyone. And the Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemptions section.
Und das macht das Ding.
For our part, a Bill of Liquidation/Transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board. See, that doesn't even make sense. This is an electronic form. We don't need paperweights.
Hardly the point, sir.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Mr. Nandi may be correct. If the masses learn that the board disregards their own ordinances, it'd give rise to dissent. MSI could use this information to their advantage.
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia. Once you subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it. A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you. You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. I didn't mean for any harm to come to you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them. In charge of a scrap heap of a city, abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners. I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else?
Wissen selbst,
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
Da muss ich wohl gehen. Da habe ich das, was ich wissen wollte. Tagebuch. Wo? Region Fallbruck. Und dahinter. Na, ich glaube, ich hätte einen Platz nehmen können. Catherine, ich komme. Was ist da? Ein Gießchen, ein Mülleimer ohne Inhalt. Ah. Genau, ohne Inhalt. Vielversprechend.
You seen Arthur today?
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards. Sure.
Was anderes.
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the northern bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
Logisch.
And I'll thank you kindly for it.
So, Region. Perfekt, dass die Brücke einen Schnellreisepunkt hat. Durchspur geht hier entlang. Ein Schmugglertunnel. Was hier wohl finden wäre. Oh. Da war bei jemand anders. Das ist gut für mich.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway?
Ich habe halt Skills.
Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing out here anyway? That feels a mite better.
No.
Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago. Nice to know she cares. Catherine had us making drops for some big-shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret. The Marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, my guess is they found the client too. Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
Ja, hört sich gut an. Oh, da haben wir hier Inferno-Sense. Aber die Sense dafür behalte. was haben wir hier? Rückgangskontrakte, andere Datei. Aus der Schmuggler wird wieder raus in der Wildnis. Zum Glück sind wir jetzt endlich auch gegen die Tiere hier bewaffnet. Jawohl, jeder ist in Ordnung. Danke für die Nachfrage, Jutta Wicker.
Please, you don't have to do this. Look, I didn't mean what I said about Alfred. It's very possible.
Gut, wer das war. Und Wicker. Dass man bessere Schlösser auf Mülleimer hat und auf Safes, ne? Ist schon merkwürdig. Brauche ich Zugangsdaten. Hey, lass es.
That's the last one.
Nimm, 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 nimm. Mehr Krams. Nichts etwas was doch besser. Sieht ja wirklich aus wie ein Stoßsoldat hier. Starte. So, Stammverzeichnis. Danke, guter Spendinhalt. Spende ist erfreulich. Mal, ob ich da auf das Dach kommen kann, wo die zwei Wissenschaftler gesprengt worden sind, aber ich glaube eher nicht. Habe ich dann zufällig die Einlog-Datei oder Schlüssel aufgehoben? Waffendammende Schlüsselkarte. Ein paar Dinge übersehen, ne? Das wird einfach eine Wissenschaftler sein, die rausgesprengt worden waren. Was haben wir denn da? Aha, da sind Banditen.
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Ich hab Data.
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the Reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge? That's just cruel and inefficient. I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
Sounds orderly. That's a good start.
Indeed, everything starts with good documentation.
The workings of the universe take time to prevail. But sometimes you can reach the intended destination faster if you apply a little force.
Never fear. I plan on wording our forms very strongly. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
So,
I
ja.
knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
So. Ah, warte.
Oh, the data on that cartridge was even more damning than I could have hoped. And to have something on UDL of all the corporations. You've given us quite the advantage. Anyway, what can I do for you? I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Genau.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Ne, das war's. Hat mich freundlich gebeten, ne? Da konnte ich doch kein Nein sagen. Verkaufsautomat oder Stand? Emporium? Ein Werkbank. Vielleicht kann ich noch ein paar Verbesserungen anbringen. Schock gibt es, ne? Schock. Oh, was haben wir hier? Deckfertigkeit plus 5 Meter drauf. So. Tagebuch. Ich gebe mal, nee. Mal ein paar Dinge ab, ne? Neben Quests. Der braucht also langsam eine Rappi. Hatte ich gerade machen können. Hab's aber verpeilt.
Rats. Let's
clear this sulfur sun fucks out, so he's...
You won't get any mercy from me.
They go!
Well done. We're still alive.
So könnte man es betrachten, ne? So.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Warum?
The Queen ain't just gonna come out on her own. She'll have dug tunnels into the mountain. I've got theories about how to lure her out, but Anders would know for sure.
So. Dann einmal da, ja, dann können wir, da haben wir direkt 2 Zieldaten fertig.
The caves back east are safest. We can head up this path if you want to shoot your way through a few nightmares on your way up.
Ach, warum nicht?
Here we go!
Fine hit, Captain.
Nice one.
Don't mess with us.
Ein paar bisschen Erfahrung dabei sammeln ist ja nie verkehrt. Ich habe viele Patronen hierfür. So, Drecksbiest.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Stationing. Oh no.
So, wer bist denn du?
This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew. You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine, that's my gun if you were wondering, we don't take kindly to marauders.
No.
A coherent enough response, I reckon. Must be true. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know.
Danke für den
Hey,
Tipp.
we're here to help, long as the paperwork's done and the pay's good. Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with, and that's guarding these big old Devil's Peak horns.
Die sind weg. Wer hat mich da gerade angeschossen?
Nice hit. Captain, you're wounded. All right.
Hallo. Du mit dem Flammenwerfer. Ja, der sowieso. Ich sowieso. Der Typ aber eher weniger.